Hi Cancer, it's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that there's been a delay in me getting the June videos up, but I've had laryngitis on and off for the last couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll get through these 12 videos without sounding like a frog. I do hope everybody's doing better at this time. We've been through a lot, all of us, and it's affecting everyone in the world. And things in the States have really escalated. And I know about Cancer as being about love and healing and family and inner strength. So let's hope and pray for the best for everyone involved. We do have the eclipse energy. I'm recording on the eclipse because the nodes have left Cancer, Capricorn, and now we're in Gemini, Sagittarius. So the big changes coming for all of us. You know that the eclipses, especially the lunar eclipse, affects women in our lives. And it would also be blocking us from looking forward. It's having us view things in the now, Cancer. To see what's going on right now in our lives and just work on that. Not to worry about the past or the future. Put our focus in the here. Okay? And put all your energy into that. There's a lot of confusion in the world going on, but it is in the planets. This is what's happening for all of us. So do your best to focus and stay grounded right now. Be near water or whatever your conduit is for giving you stability emotionally and mentally. Well, let's see what we have for June 2020 for Cancer. Tower energy, Mars. Well, we can certainly say that's what's been going on right now, right? Things that are built on a lie are being torn down. Structures in our life are being raised, removed, okay? This is seizing the arrogance and the mighty fall, as you could see. The enlightening bolt. Yes, it looks like lightning, but it is enlightenment. And it hits the mighty in their tower, causing these arrogant beings to fall. Well, there's a lot of that going on. Amen to that. So we could say we are seeing this. But it is about the paradigms, structures in our lives that are built on a lie. So for you on a personal note, Cancer, there may be things going on in your life that there's going to be some clearing away and shocking change. For some of you, it is not going to be... It's not going to be like you didn't see it coming. Maybe you even felt it because you know how intuitive you are as the first house. That is the most in the mystical houses. But you felt like something, maybe your spidey senses felt something tingling. And you're not shocked by it happening. But it doesn't feel pleasant at the moment. But your knowing, too, is that this is something that was needed. For others of you, it's going to be like the shock, you know, the face crack of the century. But you know what? When you really think about it, if you would stop and think about it and breathe through it a few times, and you'll shake your head up and down, it's like, yeah, you'll go with this because you're saying like, this is something that had to go. I didn't know how to make it go. This is something that I didn't realize was happening. You know, this is the truth, this enlightenment, illumination. You find out things that you didn't know about, that were lies and deceptions going on in your life, where you thought everything was, you know, solid, and it wasn't. So this could be breaking away from relationships that have been untrue. Yes, it could be a lover relationship, but it could be something as friendships with your besties. It could be even schoolmates. It could be something to do even with work or teachers. It does not always have to include a loved one. But it is talking about this person was using their power or their abilities for selfish needs and underhanded things. And this is very strong to hear. But the good thing is with the tower, and I look to the tower as an aid. It's like intervention in your life, Cancer, that the universe, God, provides to remove these things when we were incapable of doing it, unaware of it, or just ignoring it. And it had to be, because this is going to be the clearing away of things that are blocking you from having a solid foundation built to last, okay? Something that would sustain you. Now, Mars energy is about war. I wouldn't say that it's like a big war in your life. Hopefully you won't get aggressive and upset about it. Just look at it and saying, what good is coming out of this? And it's looking at it as the Mars energy is also that of forging new things. Inspiration, life, the all spark. So you don't have to look at the shadow side in this instance. You could see that this is something that's bringing about a great and positive change in your life. Yeah, so you'll have some choices to make here. Now with the Two of Swords, we feel like you're at a stalemate. It could be that you felt like you were blinded to the situation all this time and you didn't know what to do. I'm going to tell you, this is a new beginning for you. You're starting all over fresh, okay? And you don't even need to take the blindfold off, Cancer. I'm going to tell you, because you use your spidey senses. You use your empathic, intuitive, inner divination of feeling and knowing. That moment when you just all of a sudden nod your head down a little bit and like you turn to the side and your eyes are just blinking and you're listening. You're listening to your emotions. You're listening to the feelings in your body, the energy. You know what I'm talking about. You're doing something, all of a sudden you just stop. You just pause and your head tilts a little bit. That's when Spirit's working through you. And you don't need to remove the blindfold, Cancer. I'm telling you, they're saying you're balanced. You're armed with everything you need. The clarity of mind, okay? Here, you're protecting your chakras there. Your heart and sacral, so that you have your empowerment and that love energy in you, that powerful heart energy. You're protecting that. All this calmness behind you, solidity. I really feel like you will make a bold decision with clarity, just based on how you're feeling. So for some of you with this situation, if it is about an involvement in say a person, a place, or a situation in your life, that there's this shocking change and now you have to choose to move forward, your feelings will get you through this. Your intuitive Cancerian know-how will get you through this, and it'll be a clean-cut decision for you. It won't be any hemming or hawing. You won't be able to, because this is going to happen quickly and you need to act quickly. And with the Swords is your mental realm. So it's things that you have to think through. And you usually go by your heart center, but I really feel like you're up for this. And this could be happening this month for you between June 21st and July 1st. Because this is one of your cards. It's Venus in Cancer. And Venus is retrograde right now. Actually, excuse me, I think in Gemini. So I don't know. I'd have to check the ephemeris if it will be in that time moving forward or not. But this is really a very beautiful feeling for you. That Venusian energy of finances and love and your core values. And then with Cancerian energy, right? The moon, the receptiveness, all right? So that you let this in, you allow it. And just like the water, reflective. So you're thinking about this, you're pensive about this, but you're open to this change, and you know that you're going to make the best choice. Now, coming off of the eclipse too, now you figure it's a lunar eclipse, so the moon rules Cancer. So that's one of the signs also that'll be affected by this, besides Gemini and Sagittarius. You could look at the moon, because it rules Cancer, and the sun, it rules Leo. That could also be affecting those signs. And then you look at Mercury and Jupiter, the signs that rule the nodes. So there's a lot of energy going on there for a lot of different people and how it's going to affect you. Yeah, it's going to be some changes going forward for you. Like maybe something after this whole COVID thing where you're working. A lot of people don't come back, or people decide they don't want to work here anymore. The company restructures. A lot of people were furloughed and then let go. Some people were able to come back, but they took pay cuts. A lot of people are going to be feeling like, I'm not going back there. After this 10 weeks, I don't want this job. I don't want this school. I don't want this subject. I don't want this vocation. I don't want this relationship. There's going to be a lot of thinking through, and you're going to get on your horse and ride. And everyone will cheer you on in here. The energy around you is wonderful because it's about you receiving your balance back. You might be offered a different position in your company. Some of you may be even moving toward a different location. Maybe you're going to be working from home, some of you, remotely. But this is definitely a time of good news for you. And it's for involving work in a social situation because it is the wands. There's a lot of life growing here. Like I said, everybody's raising their wands and cheering of you. So you have supportive people around you, family, friends, co-workers, students, peers, the green cloak around the horse, I would say, is bearing fruit for you. It's a very, very auspicious time. It's a very fertile time for you. And the white here and the white here, in the building looking a little white. It feels like there's going to be a purging for you and you're starting over. Like maybe you were kind of disinterested. You thought you were happy in this situation with this person or this job or this school. And then this change came, which is a lot like this virus and everything else that's happening. And you're making choices now. And even if you're looking at this, some of you are making a choice in your life, Cancer, to move on from the old you, the old ways things were in your life. You're realizing, that was not a solid foundation. Excuse me one second. Get some water. And you're realizing, I'm gonna right away from this situation to restore my balance. So many of you will be changing either your job, your school, leaving it, your vocation, your relationship, and it's something that is very good for you. And your renewed passion, too. This is the energy that you needed to make the change, but you had to take the kick in the pants to do this because you probably, knowing Cancer, you would have just stayed complacent in this situation that wasn't healthy for you. And even if it was a good situation at the time that it was, it no longer is. And you're forced to look at this, whether you like to or not. But I really feel like this is a good outcome for you. So you're going to take lead in a situation, whether it's actually your own life, that you're starting to step up into, because a lot of people don't take a lead in their life. They just let things happen. And it's not that you're not responsible. They're afraid to make a choice because of their surrounding situation and their life situation. This is you definitely getting on your horse and riding away from the situation, feeling renewed and restored. For better things, great, because the end of the misery. So look, we've all had a tough time. Well, I won't say we all. Many people have had a tough time throughout this whole situation, and they thought they weren't going to make it. And this is a Gemini card, and the nodes are in Gemini, the North node's in Gemini. So I don't know where that is in your chart, but look toward it, because it's talking about the worry, the doubt, the fear, the suspicion, the anxiety, the depression, all the negative chatter that's going on within yourself, negative talking, low self-esteem. All those things are going to be clearing away from you. Now, with this deck, it is quite severe, where they're actually piercing this being. Other decks don't show it that way. So we're going to say many Cancerians will run through with the stuff that happened. And mentally, you are at a collapse. Many people are going through depressive disorders and anxiety. Of course, they're worried about their homes, they're feeding their family, their jobs. But this is saying that's the end of it, and a new cycle will be beginning for you with mental ease and peace, because you've been going through it here with this changing, and there's going to be this release here that's going to come to a healing. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be immediate for you, especially with this card, because with this card, this is the Sun in Gemini. So you might start this by June 11th to 20th, because that's what this card is. The Sun is your renewed energy, your all spark. You're charging your batteries, your life force, right? That earthly energy of your light. So it could start for you around the 11th to 20th, and afterward, that you feel the lifting of the pain and the suffering that you've been going through mentally in a time of being restored and replenished. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle card. I haven't used the fairy oracle in quite some time now, so I'm going to pull a card for you and see what added messages Spirit could give you to support you at this time, because you're starting off with some powerful energy with Mars here, and then ending up with North Node energy in Gemini. That's very current, this card, and this card actually too. very current to the time that we are in. So that for some of you, you know, this is a general reading. Not everyone's going to have the same result. But for some of you, you'll be feeling this energy. And this could go out to August, like the 2nd or the 11th. That's Jupiter in Leo. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But let's see what we have. Ooh, the Grail Fairy, number 25. Fertility, the return of life, health, life cycles. There's your beautiful moon, your ruling planet. She holds the cup. Oh, that's in the tarot. The cup is the water signs. She is immersed in water. Cancer, water, the moon. This is so for you. So for you. And the cup generally would look to your intuition. You know, how you fill the cup is your vessel. What are you filling the vessel with? And the North Node talks about you filling your Dharma, filling your vessel. It's like putting a stopper in the sink so the water doesn't go out. The Dharma is what you want to fill the vessel with. Unplugging it and the water goes out, that's your karma, your past, South Node. So for you, this is a beautiful card. Let's see what she says here for the Grail Fairy, number 25. Okay. The divination, let's see. Womb able to bring forth and nurture new life. Very Cancerian, right? The mother. The feminine sacred magic of bringing forth babies. The feminine energy, the moon. That is what you are with your energy of Cancer. Flow of feminine energy and moon cycles. Blossoming, births, serenity, female beauty, the taking of sacred waters. The first and second phases of the triple goddess. Maiden and mother. Every birth is a new life, a new chance. Princess of nature. Mother as sacred. Experience and wisdom of our senses, coming back into the wonder and knowledge of your sacred body. Merging of selves to create something new. Acceptance and delight and love of emotion. Babies, new life. Flow after stasis. Drink more pure water, Cancer, okay? Waters of fertility. Allow healing tears to flow. Red and white, springs of Avalon, Lourdes, sacred wells, rivers, ponds, and bodies of water are being watched over by Fae and will assist you in becoming fertile, both literally and metaphorically. Again, man, if that's not a card for Cancer, I don't know what is. It speaks right to all the energies of the moon: reflectivity, receptivity, femininity, intuition, life force, mother, 4th house. Okay, this is all the energies it's embodying you. So this is a beautiful reading of change, transformation, and talking about immersing yourself in the waters of life. Rejuvenative, regenerative, replenishive, and restorative. That is the water. So surround yourself with that and welcome in all this birth in a literal or physical sense of life energy. So I hope this helps you, Cancer. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing. If you haven't, please do so. Hope you guys have a great month. I'll see you next month. And as always, I wish you the best.